Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. I got a real privilege here talking with the one and only Southside Johnny Lyon. Southside, say something so people know I ain't lying to them that you're actually here.
It's not a privilege, it's a curse. You have been cursed with having to talk to me.
That's okay. I gladly accept. Gladly accept.
Yeah, wait till the boils start coming up.
uh, Johnny, I've been a fan for literally my entire life, so this really is a thrill for me. But we're going to talk about this upcoming vinyl release for this new album. I've got the CD here. I haven't seen the vinyl yet, but this is Southside Johnny and the Jukes live in Cleveland in '77. I mean, we are going back a couple years here.
You mean a couple of decades? You mean 4 decades? Or 5 or 80? I don't know.
It's just yeah.
Here's the thing. It's the last millennium. It's not this millennium. It's not just last century. It's last millennium, which really makes you feel all good inside.
It's kind of mind blowing, isn't it?
It is mind-blowing.
So, what did you think when Cleveland Records reached out and they said, "Hey, we've got this master recording of this show you did eons ago, and we want to put out another live album"? Were you like, "Huh?" Or were you like all in?
That's exactly my reaction, huh? And but it's Steve Popovich Jr., who was the son of Steve Popovich, who is one of the great guys in the music business, one of the only decent people in the music business. And yeah, you can't say no to that. And Ronnie Spector was on the show, and Steve Van Zandt. So it's something. If people like that kind of thing, why would you deny it to them?
It truly is a time capsule. I mean, that really what it is. Now, do you remember this show at all? I mean, this was early on.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I remember Ronnie being on the road with us, but I always remember playing in Cleveland because Cleveland has always been great to us. The first time we played there, we sold out the Agora, and I didn't think anybody knew who we were, and there were 600 whatever people. It was just a great night, and it's been like that in Cleveland for us forever because we're their kind of people.
Yeah, 100% true. And I've been to my fair. I was not at this show in '77, but I was at the show at Blossom when you guys recorded "Reach Up and Touch the Sky." That live album, I was in that crowd.
Okay, and that was you cursing and yelling things. Yes, I understand.
Every time you forgot the lyrics, I was like, "Damn it, Johnny, come on!"
Then you must have been really working hard.
But yeah, though, this really is. Again, I haven't seen the vinyl. What do you make of this resurgence of vinyl? Are you all in on it? I mean, the vinyl is kind of our era thing, right? I mean,
I've been collecting vinyl since the '60s. I mean, we grew up with 45s, one song on one side, one song on the other side. And the great thing is you get a Rolling Stone record and you don't know what's on the other side because the album hadn't come out yet. It was just a lot of fun. Play a lot of blues, rhythm and blues, all kinds of things were cheap records that you could hear what somebody sounded like. And I still do. I mean, I still go to flea markets and yard sales at junk stores and look for old records because during the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, there were so many great little local labels all over the country. And they sometimes recruited somebody and caught lightning in a bottle, somebody really great that made one record. It's just fun to do. It's better than golf.
Now you recorded this was actually recorded before Hearts of Stone, right? I mean, this show was like the year before you guys released Hearts of Stone.
If you say so, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. So I mean, again, this is early Jukes. I mean, we're going back there for this. So for those fans of that love, to hear what it sounds like, a lot of it, it's amazing. So many of the fans now weren't around. I hate to say that, but they weren't around during that era to experience it.
And so many fans that were around during that era are no longer around.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
That's a privilege. We're still here, right, Johnny? That's how we have to look at it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, I do have the CD. It's a top rotation for me. I love it. But the vinyl release is going to be a special thing. Have you seen the final package yet? Have they shown one?
I have not seen the vinyl yet. No, I'm waiting to get a copy. I didn't get a copy of the CD until I started doing interviews. And I said, "Could I hear what it sounds like?"
Maybe
do you collect vinyl? Is that what you do?
Do I collect vinyl? No, my wife and I have just kind of started getting back into it. I mean, I'm from that era. I had all the vinyls back in the day, but I lost them all through the years. But now we started picking them up because they're kind of coming back in. We gonna go out and get ourselves one of those USB turntables, and
Yeah.
and start listening to them the old way again. My kids think I'm nuts. They don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Turntable?
Well,
What's a turntable?
It is a very fun hobby in that you'll be going through a lot of records and Herb Alpert and all that stuff, and then you'll find something.
Tom Jones.
Yeah, Tom Jones. But I mean, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all of that has a place too. I'm not knocking Herb Alpert or Tom
Oh,
Jones
no,
or
no,
anybody
no.
like that. But that you will run into something, you go, oh, look at this, and that it's like a treasure hunt, and it doesn't cost a lot, and it gets you out of the house, and you meet people that also collect records, all of whom are insane. But then you join in with the insanity.
It's true. And the first one they need to pick up is, of course, Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes live in Cleveland, '77. That. I'm sure you're aware of this. That Agora doesn't exist anymore. Have you played at the new Agora? I've never seen you at the new Agora. Have you been at that one?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Like I would remember?
Yeah, well, you would have been there.
Yeah, I would have been there, but it's been 50 years of playing music. You think I remember a dive I ever played in?
Johnny, I have seen you in some bizarre places. I seen you under an underpass once in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. I don't know what the hell you were doing under an underpass, but that's where they had you set up.
That. I think maybe you were the one under the underpass.
No. It was
under the weather,
it was some
under the influence, and you have this memory that nobody else has.
Just making shit up, man. That's what I do. So let's talk about the show you got coming up. MGM main stage. It used to be the Hard Rock Roxino here in Cleveland. Now it's the MGM main center stage, they call it. I just looked before we started talking, and you pretty much got this thing sold out, Johnny. There's a smattering of seats, but there ain't much.
Oh, then maybe I'll show up.
So Cleveland's going to come through for you once again.
No, of course, Cleveland always does. I mean, it's always a joy. I love it when we play the rib fests and those kind of things, because then you get to eat good food. A lot of times on the road, you end up in a Love's truck stop at 3:30 in the morning with the chili cheese dogs, and you don't really want that.
We're getting too old for that stuff. We can't do that anymore.
I was too old for that 40 years ago.
I remember you guys did a show. I don't even remember why you were there. I don't even remember why I was there. But it was before a Pink Floyd concert. But you guys the Pink Floyd was playing at the Cleveland Stadium, the old Cleveland Stadium, and you were doing some rib fest or something like outside the gates of it. And we went in for the Pink Floyd show, and I'm like, I should have stayed out and watched the end of the Southside Johnny show. This is
but Pink Floyd, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime, thing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a great show.
Yeah, but in a way, you kind of open for Pink Floyd. I mean, if you want to look at it the right way, kind of open for Pink Floyd.
I don't think they need us.
But what are we gonna? Last time we talked, you were promoting Soul Time, which is a fantastic album. Still one of my all-time favorites. But other than this live in Cleveland, we going to hear any new tunes when you're in town here next Saturday?
You'll probably hear some new old tunes. We're still working on new material years later, but I just, the pandemic really kind of took the wind out of my sails, and it should have been an energizing moment where I got lots of stuff done, but unlike a lot of people, after a while it just wore you down, and you just thought, the hell with everything.
Yeah.
Trying to come out of that, I have come out of that, but it really was a period when I should have been learning, Greek and all of that, and writing songs, and it just became tedium, and it just took the energy out of you, and unfortunately we all have to get away from that. We have to get over that and get out and start doing again.
So I
think a lot of people are. I mean, there's a lot of activity going on. But
oh yeah, for sure. And you guys are you're back on the road pretty frequently now. I mean, you're doing a lot more shows.
Yes, we're doing as much as we can. I mean, I'm trying to cut down because I'm an older guy, but then they keep pulling me back in.
Your Godfather 3 moment, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the show on Saturday. It's going to be a great time. I'll be there. You'll see me. You better wave this time. You didn't wave last time. I was very upset.
Well, don't be yelling at me, and I will wave.
Also, last time you promised me you'd play Paris, and you didn't play Paris either. So,
There you go.
disappointment everywhere. Disappointment abounded. No, seriously. I mean, you guys always put on a hell of a show. It is so much fun. Hey, I got to add. This is out there. Okay, so play with me. And if you tell me to edit this out after we do this, and you don't want it in there, I'll edit it out. But I got to ask you. I've been dying to ask you this question. Eddie and the Cruisers. You are listed as a musical consultant. So what did you have to do? Did you just make sure that like the stages looked like they were supposed to look, or were you involved in the music anyway? What was your involvement there?
Well, that was my main job, was to make things look fairly authentic for a band of that era. And I also played back music. I was running a Nog tape recorder to play back music and things like that. But I also, the director wanted music, and we went to all these different people. He said, come with me and listen to these songs, and they were awful. And then Kenny Vance said, what about John Cafferty and Beaver Brown? They've got these great songs. And I said, yeah, that's a brilliant idea. And that was a hit album for them, and I think that it really helped to make the movie a hit. It was a bomb when it came out, but when it went on cable or whatever it was, whatever you want to call it, it really did well.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I only took it because I wanted to see what it was like behind the scenes, behind the cameras, and I've always been fascinated with what goes on in making a movie, and it was a great experience for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I seem to remember you too, didn't you? You had a scene in what the hell was it? A babysitter movie. You were like the band in a
Adventures of Babysitter.
Yeah. So you've been around the film world a bit.
Well, so. I finally got a chance to see some of the things. There's a lot of really cool things, and there's a lot of really crappy things that go on. But, I enjoy that kind of stuff because I know I have a job that I can go to, and that's, my main thing. It's fun to do some of the side projects.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd always wanted to ask you that because I always seen your name in the credits. I was like, that's why the movie was so damn good. Southside Johnny was in it. Southside Johnny had his hand in. He's in there steering this thing going, no, do it this way. Make it a classic.
Yeah, I had to teach the audience to clap on time. Never mind.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to wrap this up. I don't want to take too much more of your time. Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes live in Cleveland 77. Already out on CD, and it will be coming out on vinyl here very soon. So I'd get it both ways, just to make sure you have it. I download it in digital too, just to make sure you have it in all available platforms. And
right.
And then
good.
And then October 15th at the MGM Center Stage, you'll be blowing the roof off the place because that's what you do.
Well, that's always a fun show. That's a good place to play. We enjoy that stage.
Matt, we enjoy having you there. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Johnny, seriously, thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day.
My pleasure.
Have a good one, sir.
Good night.
Yeah.